To this week's G.I. Joe figure review, as well as Ugly Ass Figures Month, or as I like to say, Ugly Arse Figures Month. So this week's operating ugly figure would be Big Boa. But before we get to Ugly Arse figures and Big Boa, let's take a look at his this week's shout outs. Once again, I'm shouting out Robert C. Brown for Healing Grace Community Services for all your mental health issues, if you have any. He's a very good counselor. You can find him at 133 West Boscawen Street, Suite 10, here in Winchester, Virginia. And you can see their website at www.healinggracecounseling.com. So go ahead and check them out. You can email them at healinggracecounseling@hotmail.com. Very good counselor, very good dude. Him and I've been friends for over a dozen years. And you can also check out for fantasy comic book lore, 4-Color Fantasies at 80 Weems Lane here in Winchester, Virginia. And they got a lot of good comic books. You know, you can get all new titles, back issues, role-playing stuff, collector supplies, gaming cards, and all a bunch of stuff. You know, it's a very, very cool store. You know, which they have here in the back is their hours. You know, Monday and Tuesday is 12 to 7. Wednesday is 1:30 to 7. Friday is 12 to 8. Saturday is 10 to 5. And they're closed on Thursdays and Sundays. But you can find them on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. And you can email them at 4colorfantasies@gmail.com. So while you're in the neighborhood, check them out. And then head over to the Walking Mall and go and visit Time Traveler Toys and Collectibles on 41 South Loudon Street, or 115 South Loudon Street, mind you. Sorry about that. And go and see Charles and Jack. And you can find them on Facebook and hit them up at timetravelertoys@gmail.com. And you can get a whole bunch of stuff from Star Wars, Star Trek, G.I. Joe, Transformers, He-Man, Thundercats, WWE. You know, you can find it all there. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You can find it all there. They got a lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff, vintage and modern stuff. And then while you're on the Walking Mall, stop down to 41 South Loudon Street, just on the other side of the splash pad. And let's go and see Time Travel or Back to the Media. And you get all kinds of video games dating back all the way back to the Atari. And you can hit them up on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Email them at backtothemedia@gmail.com. And also you can see them on their website, www.backtothemedia.com. So go ahead and check them out. So let's do our feature of the week in Big Boa. And here's his file card. Cobra Trainer, codename Big Boa. File name unknown. Primary military specialty is physical training instructor. Secondary military specialty is mixed martial arts. Birthplace unknown. Big Boa has a face that looks like it has been beaten with the proverbial ugly stick. It's no wonder that he wears a unique protective helmet at all times. However, he also benefits from all of the cybernetic gadgets attached to it. Thermal heat sensors show him the weak spots of his opponent's body, while amplified hearing lets him know just how quickly their hearts are pumping. Something that could be attributed to the fear of standing in his presence. Anyone that challenges him usually ends up eating the dirt at his feet. Cobra Troopers can be an unruly bunch at times. They are motivated by patriotism, unit loyalty, honor, or a sense of duty. It takes a brutal, unfeeling taskmaster to whip them into fighting shape, and Big Boa fits the bill to the T. He has a voice like a bullhorn, fists the size of frozen turkeys, and the disposition of a hungry bear. His infamous PT instruction It's merciless enough to weed out the weak. But his mandatory but his mandatory but his mandatory after hours fight matches are what truly inspire only the most vicious to rise through the ranks of Cobra. The quote at the bottom states, "Bring me the toughest contender G.I. Joe has to offer, and I'll show them what a real fighter is." That's a pretty neat quote. And as you can see, there's a picture of Big Boa with his unit of Cobra. So let's take a look at his accessories, starting off with his figure stand. Upraised Cobra logo, got the 2-foot pegs. Codename Big Boa, which I've always said you could take the codename off and just add the name. It'll fit me perfect. This week, we actually have a figure that has accessories. Because last week, we didn't. We had a figure that had no accessories last week. And of course, he comes with a dumbbell. Nice little dumbbell. Which I always say to a friend of mine that's, they come with him. He comes in there and packages his accessory with Big Boa. A set of dumbbells. But that's beside the point. And he comes with a boxer gear helmet on, which actually could go for whoever he's fighting. He also comes with a sledgehammer. And anybody who watches WWE wrestling besides this channel, like I do, will know that this is Triple H's best friend, the sledgehammer. He also comes with a pair of boxing gloves, which you could actually has a hole right there with a peg, which you actually take the hands off and actually put the boxing gloves on, and I'll demonstrate that here in a minute. But he goes with 2 boxing gloves, both of them have that peg, and he also comes with a jousting baton thingy, or jousting stick, or a dueling stick, or whatever you call it. I'm not sure what these are called, but if you happen to know what these are, hit me up at the in the comment section if y'all know what that is, because I don't know quite the name of it. But let's take a look at Big Boa. He's got this weird looking helmet on. I mean, it says in the file card that he's supposed to be he's supposed to be ugly, and it has this. The helmet's a tan color with a gray hose. I'm glad the gray hose is actually attached to this figure, because it was a black hose on the original, and it was a frequently lost part. Because I know I lost mine as quickly as I had him. He's also got this red stripe going up and around the back of his helmet with spikes going across it, and he's also bare-chested with a chest guard that goes all the way around to the back. He makes an X on both sides, which is attached to his belt, with spikes all over it, on front and back. He's got blue fingerless gloves on, which these hands are removable, and you can actually put the boxing gloves on. And he also comes with, his pants have a red crotch guard, and blue pants with red stripes on the one leg. And he's got black knee pads and black boots with red down the front with them zippered. So let's take a look at his articulation, starting with his head, which could do a 360 all the way around. This one, his head doesn't pop off like last week's. His arm, I guess Big Bo's a little stronger as a figure, as he said on his file card. Well, come on, I know his arm can move. Okay, start with it going around 360 all the way around. It does lift up to the side, but I'm trying to get it. Here we go. There it is. You go up like that. He does bend at the elbow, swivel at the bicep, does swivel at the wrist. Because like I said, you can take it definitely because you can take his wrist off and put the boxing gloves on. He does have the ab crunch feature, but you can't really see it all that well in here for some reason. It's a little stiff. There we go. He has the great hip movement with the standard T-hook. His ace is spread like that. Leg can lift all the way up to here. He's got the double knee joints. His ankle does pivot. Which is actually pretty cool. You know, and it could also swivel full 360. So let me go ahead and as you can see, I'll take the, show you by pop his hand off like that. Where he's handless. And then you could just take the boxing gloves and just as easily, it's easier if you do it with two hands. But here I am trying to be crazy and doing it with one. You know, you just slide the boxing glove onto the hand like this. And, you know, just slide it on. I'll show you as soon as I put it on. And here's Big Boa with the boxing gloves on. And there's his hands. You know, and it's actually pretty cool because you could have him box. You know, knock somebody out. Sergeant Slaughter maybe, because I like to put him up against Sergeant Slaughter. You know, and have a boxer versus wrestler match. You know, but that's pretty cool. But let me show you with his hands back on and holding out or any other version of his gear. So I'll be right back. And here's Big Boa with his hands back on. You know, and curling with the weights as he's getting ready to hit somebody in the head with a sledgehammer. Or you could also have him holding this thingy, you know, instead, with the combination of the dumbbell or the sledgehammer, or he could be just holding this by itself, you know, which is pretty cool. Put a mask up on one of the G.I. Joe guys, just, you can tell, like a regular helmet, made of that soft rubbery plastic. You know, but that's Big Boa. He made his first comic appearance in issue number, I totally forgot, 88, I think. Didn't make any TV appearances. I'm not even sure if he was even in the comics. You know, I have no recall of him ever being in the comics. But that's Big Boa. And to answer your question from last week, because I forgot to put it in there, Televiper was in issue 44, and in the cartoon series of Red Rocket Glare in season 1 was a Televiper in 85. You know, I forgot to put that in last week's video, so I'll put that there. And Televiper, I would rate him as a middle tier figure because of no accessories. You know, I forgot to put that in last week. But Big Boa, I would put in, you know, as in the top tier because even though he is an ugly ass figure, but or ugly arse figure, I'm sorry, but I think he's cool with the way he's built. The accessories he comes with, it really shows him as a trainer, you know, and not a military soldier, you know, that he's supposed to be, you know, and but this is like the first ugly arse action figure I've ever done that actually was in the top tier, that I placed in the top tier. Would next week's be in the top tier? And speaking of next week's figure, we will be having Raptor, the Cobra Falconer / accountant. You know, like I said, I'm keeping up with the theme of ugly arse figures. You know, so wait till you see the rest of them. But this has been Big Boa. Tune in next week for Raptor. And as always, Cobra Island signing out here with Now You Know and Knowing Is Half the Battle. And oh, by the way, I am doing a very, very special thing right now where if I can get 150 subscribers by December the 31st, I will be reviewing the 25th anniversary of Cobra Stinger Jeep. So tell your friends about it. Post me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever kind of social media you have. Post my videos on there. Share them with your friends. Like or dislike, whatever you feel like doing. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Please do. I love reading y'all's comments. And I try to reply to them. I always give y'all that, you know, let y'all know I read them and comment on them or whatever. Give a thumbs up or whatever. You know, but do whatever works for you. But tune in next week as we do Raptor. This has been Big Boa signing out. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. And see y'all in the next one.